Hey, we live again. We're back here. We had to switch seats. Of course. Of course. Me being me had to
First of all, he didn't figure it out. I told him
I
what
had
to
to
do.
figure it out.
Anyway, let
You know what I'm
me
saying?
just go ahead and introduce ourselves again for the start of the episode.
Do it again.
Meanwhile, Mount, why don't you send the link out in the stories or something, Anthony?
Don't we got a producer for that?
Whatever. Hello, and welcome to Yes, That's
Hey.
My Kid podcast. I'm Asia. Now you're on the other side. He's Anthony. And behind the scenes, we have our producer, Jacob. Yes, That's My Kid podcast. We talk all things parenting, child related, our journey of being parents of mixed children, and stories about what we hope to see in our children, how they grow and how we parent ourselves. And we also speak about like any problems that we tend to go through as parents. So if you like what you hear, please like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that. Even if you don't like it, just do it. We need it. We appreciate it. Thank you. So now let's try this again, Asia. So let me just give you out
Anthony,
a quick rundown because I had to use my IT skills.
it
You
was
know what I'm
not
saying?
him. It
It
was
was
not
a
him.
bunch of I had to do some coding, had to do a lot of this stuff to get us up and running again.
I
So
told him exactly where to go, and
one of the
then he was
many
like,
hats that I
"Oh, press
wear.
this button." First of all, can I also say that we were going through this on Sunday. The reason why we're doing this live is because we couldn't record like over the weekend
Yeah.
because the same issue was happening with the
hmm
sound, and it was such a simple fix.
Yeah.
So that's kind of upsetting.
Is our producer sending the link out?
Jacob, what? Jake said what?
She just told me to send the link out, but I'm on air right now. So I've
Jake said what?
the link for the live, Jacob.
It's live on YouTube. All right, so let's catch up.
Yeah, so what's popping? How was your week? It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. I just came back from, I guess you call it a mini vacation in Arizona. That was pretty. It was pretty relaxing.
Mm.
I didn't completely unplug from work, but I still took part in all of the amenities and activities that they had. And free is for me because it was food all day, and I was gobbling, eating all day. But it's very healthy food that they had there at the resort. So I didn't actually feel like I was being too gluttonous.
Yeah.
And we had like massages, Thai massage. I did a beekeeping class where I put on like the whole suit, like everything was like holding the bees up and like, ooh,
Wow.
cheese.
Wow.
Um,
Isn't that adventurous?
isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Like I would have never done that on my own anywhere else, but I was like, I have the opportunity. I must do it now. Yeah.
I'm glad you did it.
Thank you. And the weather was great. Like it was in the 80s. And yeah, I came back to this whatever we call New England weather.
Let's get it. New England
Wait,
ain't bad.
what is let's get it? Well, what a response to what I just said. What does that mean?
I was happy you came back to this amazing. I was happy you came back to this amazing weather.
Okay. It's not amazing.
It's amazing.
Sarcasm. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How
Well,
about
that's good.
yourself? Yeah.
My week's been good. It's been busy, work wise. It's been real busy. But
Mhm.
I'll give you a recap of my weekend and week. So over the weekend, we did a couple of things. We went down to Atlanta, my hometown. We did a bunch of stuff. We did. Oh, you talking about me banging stuff?
Now, come
we
on.
did. We did a bunch of stuff in my hometown. We went on a big old Ferris wheel. We checked out a bunch of areas where like the museums and aquarium is. Went to this new restaurant. I was gonna go to the restaurant that I grew up going to, but I said, nah, I'm gonna take it, you know what I'm saying, try something different.
Oh
So
gosh.
so we did that. It was it was overall just a pretty good weekend. I forget what we did like a couple of the other days, but we did something every day. Oh yeah, another day. And I was like in the pool most of the day, so that was a good fun day. And it was good. It was just the weather was great. It's a real happy, fun weekend.
Mhm.
And this week has been busy.
Wait, before
Um,
you go into this week,
what up?
where'd you grow up in Atlanta? What street?
You know what I'm saying? You know, Bankhead. You know what it is.
I said what street?
You know, so we don't talk about street names from Atlanta.
You
That's the
don't know
problem.
anything.
That's the problem down here in Atlanta. We don't talk about the
You
street
can't
names. You
name
know what I'm
one
saying?
street.
We talk about the area where we from.
Where's your accent? Where
You
did
know
it
what I'm
go?
saying? Man, you know I assimilate to where I'm at.
In
And
Georgia?
but I had to move back to Connecticut, so now I'm getting my accent back. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? You know what it is, you know what, girl, you know how I do it down here. You know what I'm saying? So it comes out sometimes. So that's how that be.
Oh no.
Yeah. What you doing, man?
No, the static.
What you doing?
The static. I hear it. What's going on?
I hear it from you.
Not hear from you. This
You
is
want the static.
terrible.
You want the static.
Uh,
Come on, guys. What are you guys doing? Hello? It sounds all right now.
it
Say
does
something.
it.
Yeah, it
No,
does.
you okay? Whatever. We keep going then.
You sound all right now.
You don't. I sound fine.
Yeah.
All right. Hit the button that says automatically adjust mic volume. I just.
Oh my gosh. So hold on. Let me put some coding in here so I can. What did you do? Did you bring the volume down? Just out of curiosity, because I
You
really
sound
obviously
better.
have to.
You
All right,
sound
cool.
better. All right.
I obviously have the technical capabilities to do this, but I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
But I did it first.
I put coding in, and then that worked for whatever you did. So as I was saying, so I got back to my roots, did a couple of things this weekend, and this week has been busy at work, but it's been good. For all you who don't know, I signed up for Muay Thai, so I've been doing it's kind of like kickboxing, but with elbows and shins and all that stuff as well, and it's been very fun. Learned a lot about myself and how vulnerable I am, and how vulnerable I am to the many people in this world that actually train and can do some serious damage. So a lot of people don't necessarily look like they train, and I would be.
Wait, so what is it that you learn? Is it that you're weak?
That I'm weak? No.
Or
I learned
you're
that
not
other
as strong
people
as
are.
you thought?
No. What's got to do with strength? All right. First off, we're not weightlifting there. It's skills. So yes,
right.
I don't have the same skills as people who have trained for years, for sure.
Okay, that's it.
And there's a lot of people who, if you looked at them, you wouldn't think. You'd be like, that's light work. You're light work for them. but it's cool though. It's a really good workout, cardio wise and all that stuff, and it's dope because you get to pick up a skill, and but it's been a lot of fun.
All right.
So that's been my week.
Thanks for sharing.
Before we what?
Before we get into the topic, I just want to preface that I might be dabbling my nose, just because I think Autumn passed off like a little code to me. So sorry if you guys see that. Also, above my lip looking a little shiny. It's weird. I try to touch up my makeup and it's like,
it don't look shiny. You look shiny on other videos. You look fine now. Yeah.
Dang, but you ain't tell me on those other videos? Shady.
I didn't realize this until I was editing it.
Like a whole glob of Vaseline you just saw my face.
Like you about to get into a boxing match.
Dang. You ain't a real friend.
Yeah, I'm saying I just try to be there for you.
No, actually,
I'm there for you when I edit it. You know what I'm saying? I get rid of that.
Thanks.
Another hat that I wear. I'm an editor as well. IT personnel, editor, podcaster, finance professional, dad, husband, best friend.
Yes. If you guys think Anthony is full of himself, comment now.
No. Comment now.
Comment now, right now.
All right, so let's keep this going.
Okay.
What's in your feed, Asia? Tell me what's in your feed this week.
Sure. So.
Oh, that was an ill gulp.
Oh, did you hear it? Gulp. I was trying to hurry up so I could talk. Gulp. Dang. All right, so I think I stay on those socials or whatever, and I just not you cracking your knuckles, man. So I saw that Coily Roy again is going back and forth with her dad Benzino. Coily Roy, if you know her, she's famous for her. I think "Go Best Friend." I'm 20 them. That song that was viral. They had a dance to it.
Yeah.
And then Benzino, didn't he have something to do with Vibe? Was he the creator of Vibe magazine?
I know.
Is that his title?
Hip-hop. Probably.
He was editor of Vibe. But you didn't know about him prior to Love and Hip Hop?
Mm-mm. I knew that he did stuff, obviously, in hip hop, but I had no idea who he
Oh,
was.
wow.
I don't pay
You
attention to
every
authors. I pay
day,
attention
every
to
day
the
I learn
artists.
how unblack you are.
Here we go
Every
with this
day.
nonsense. This coming from the chick that thought you're supposed to clean rims with Windex. But continue.
I don't wash cars. My uncle
Don't
used to
need
wax
to.
his car, but like I didn't know there's a special rim cleaner. I don't.
Yes.
I
Not
think that's for
disinfectant.
people who love cars. I never said Windex. Now, all right. So, anywho, they've been going back and forth prior to what was I guess a hot topic last week, but I think last week or the week prior to, the issue was that Coy Leroy now has a song featuring the Nicki Minaj, and at the time, it I guess someone leaked that this feature may have been happening, and she wanted, of course, her camp wanted them to just be tight-lipped about it, probably not respond to it at all. But I guess Benzino, her dad, was in like a clubhouse or something, and people I think were kind of just being like, "Oh, she doesn't have a song with Nicki, never, blah blah blah," kind of like saying she could never. And he was sticking up for her, very proud of her accomplishment, and was like, and confirmed that she does indeed have a feature with Nicki Minaj. And so the response from Coy Leroy was just that she was disappointed and upset. She thought she was about to lose the feature. And but it's still, they have that song Blick Blick, so it's still out. But I think the whole point was that like now she's been in interviews, because now it's kind of like bad between them again. It keeps going back and forth. But in interviews, I've heard her say that
Oh.
it's pretty much time. What? It's back?
Uh-oh. Oh, I hear it. Talk again. Say something.
Oh, it's back for you too.
Uh-oh.
This is
All right,
painful.
How about we click it again?
This is torturous. Oh my gosh, guys.
How about we click
so
that go,
sorry.
then click it off again, and then
Wait,
click the auto.
I didn't even touch anything. You sound better.
You don't sound better.
Oh, really? I still sound bad?
God damn it.
This
Click
is
it on, then
terrible.
click it on, then click it off again.
I just did.
All right,
I
you
just
sound better
did.
again. All right, you good.
Am I great now?
Talk fast.
Hello. My name is Asia, and I live in Connecticut. And
Right?
yeah, do I sound great?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay, fine. So back to my story.
All right.
So yes, pretty much she's basically saying that her dad kind of needs to chill and take a back seat to her success right now. She's
Mhm.
like happy that he supports her, but he goes overboard, and then they start getting into arguments where Benzino's position is like, you youngsters don't even recognize like all that I've done, like you don't respect your elders, type of thing. So
Yeah.
I guess like, is there ever a moment that you should, like silently be proud of your kids? It seems like he's too happy and he does a little bit too much. That
Yeah.
is, it's almost at risk of her reputation and career. And so I don't know, when's the moment to step back? Like, do you just be like, oh, that's my kid to my friends?
Yeah, I think when they become grown, you got to like back up. When they're doing their own career, they're doing their own thing. You got to like back up, give them grace and opportunity to do what they do, and you can't not gonna say you can't parent them, but you got to let them become adults. But I
Mhm.
did see something else in terms of like I remember you mentioned this before. Like they always kind of had a back and forth or some type of issue going. But he recently
Excuse
said
me.
something because I guess 50 like co-signed her or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh yeah, once you do this with my enemies, you basically like you gotta live by who you mess with." Da da da. So he was basically putting that back on his daughter, like you chose a side, you chose 50 over your dad. Da da da. I think
That's
that's
weird.
corny. I think that's corny. I think it's whack. I think it's very
Mm.
like industry vibe-ish. Like grow up. There's things that matter outside and much more importantly than this depiction and portrayal you try to put out there of yourself as some, you know what I'm saying, G'd up dude, whatever. So
Mhm.
I think it's whack and I think it's corny. And yeah, to answer your question, there is a time in which you got to put stuff aside and let your kids be adults. And you don't got to step up for them. You got to let them handle their stuff and do their thing. What about you? What you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think that they shouldn't be going back and forth. Like, clearly something's missing in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Just parent to child, father daughter. Something isn't good there, and I think that they need to resolve that
Yeah.
outside of the internet.
Right.
Because I mean, they have love for each other. Clearly, like they've both said great things about one another. But when things go south, it's like they're enemies. At least from Bazino's part, he just talks crazy about her, which is
For
like
sure.
that's your child. Still, at the end of the day, that's really weird that
Yeah.
you're going in like that. So
Facts. I agree with that 100%. Yeah, I'm just not into the whole like putting your personal business stuff out there
we know.
for the whole world.
You are the least open person in the world. We have a
Whatever.
podcast, and every time he talks about an example, it's just so generic. Like he doesn't get into the details, and I'm like, oh, how so? Like even your Muay Thai thing.
Here
What
we
did you
go.
learn about yourself?
I learned some things
Oh,
that were
thank you.
valuable.
Wow.
Yeah, nah, I'm just not into like putting like your whole family business stuff out there in terms of like that specific situation. It
Mhm.
just seems so corny and just like nothing is gonna come from it. Like it's not gonna solve anything. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's literally just for everybody else's entertainment or for them to garner or create content or something. So I just feel as though it's got to be some level of like something that's more valuable to you than other people's opinions and views and thoughts and your portrayal of yourself and all that stuff. So
Okay.
that's my take on what was in your feed, Asia.
Yeah.
So now moving on to today's topic.
Okay.
Now traveling. So you just got back from Arizona,
Mhm.
and you traveled by yourself without your kid or
Yeah.
without your husband as well.
Right.
So was that stressful or was it a relief? How'd you feel about traveling by yourself this time? This was the first time you traveled by
The
yourself,
first time,
really, without
yeah, stayed over away from them, or at least saw them for nights. So it was like 4 days, 3 nights that I was away, and
Mhm.
at first I was like, this is gonna be nice, like, cause it's like a vacation resort place, like, so I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
oh, this is gonna be so fun in the sun, and I'm not gonna lie, I did have anxiety, like, going onto the plane just because I
Mhm.
haven't traveled in years. Usually, I like traveling, and I was like, I don't know, seeing people, and I haven't
Yeah,
been going
yeah.
anywhere. I was like, "Oh gosh, this
Yeah.
is kinda scary." Wait, Michael says there's levels, because Michael has mentioned that you often say there's levels in our podcast.
Yeah, I do.
You do,
Yeah. I don't think I
but
said it in like 3 episodes, but I have said it quite frequently.
mhm.
Mhm.
Um
Appreciate you, Mike.
So yeah, so I was a little anxious to get on the plane. But once we were settled in there, and I was like, "Oh, the weather's great. This is fun." And
Mhm.
then I called to like just check and say hi at the FaceTimes, and I think the first time Autumn was fine, but in the middle of the day, she's just started crying, 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 like just really bad.
Aw.
And you sound crazy, but where? Oh my gosh, do I still sound fine? I'm
No,
telling
you
the
sound fine.
story. Okay, so anyway, so what had bothered me about that
Uh.
conversation?
How do I sound now?
You sound better. Oh my
Alright, just click it and click it
gosh.
again.
This can't be life. I can't move.
It is life.
Do I sound okay now?
You sound
No.
good, yeah, keep going.
I don't this is so bad. So,
Alright, action.
yes. So what had bothered me about that particular FaceTime, and it wasn't that she was crying because I felt like at some point she would realize that I'm not actually in the home, and Michael even told me she, like, knocked on the door because I usually work in our bedroom, and she usually just come by and knocks on the door, and she checked to see if I was there. So I wasn't bothered by the fact that she was crying. I was bothered by the fact the person who was watching her at the time was freaking out. And I'm like, "Why are you freaking out? Come on, man. Like, don't make this situation worse." Like, I first of all, I already feel bad. Like, I know I'm pretty
Mhm.
stoic, and I'm just like, "It's
Yeah.
alright." But, like, I'm kinda sad. Like, at that night, I had went to the spiritual drumming, and, like, I shed a little tear because it was like,
Oh,
they try to be like, "Oh, get in tune, like, write all this stuff, like, get into your feelings," and I was like,
yeah.
"Oh, my baby." But so the person was like, so she's
That's
crying,
funny.
right? Hysterically, and the person who was watching her was just like, What do I do? What do I do?" And I'm like, I'll
Mm,
call back. I'll call back." And they were like, "Oh, Michael's coming upstairs now. Hold on." I'm like,
yeah,
"What difference does it make? Like she's still freaking out."
yeah.
Like it's just making the whole situation worse for
Right, right,
me.
right.
So I was like, "I'll just call back during bedtime routine," and just
Right.
like hung up. But what made it better, like I think each day that she saw me on FaceTime, she was a little bit happier, especially when she's outside, she's happy and just, was fine with talking. But when I came home, so I came home Friday night, so when she woke up Saturday morning, Michael usually goes in there in the morning and, like, change her diaper and all that stuff, but I went in as soon as he went in, and she was, like, still laying in the crib, like, rubbing her eyes and stuff, and I was like, "Good morning," and she was like, "Ah," like, realizing that I'm in the
Yeah,
room, and then stood
yeah.
up and gave me a hug, like, in her crib, and then just, like, while I was
Oh.
holding her and on the potty for legit about 10, 15 minutes. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, you love me. You really love me."
That's cool. That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel you with the going back to like the frustration part because it's like, bro, like I can't do anything right now. Like that's what makes it even worse. It's like, all right, I need you to handle this. Like I can't do
Right,
nothing right now. I need you to take care of this, and you're not helping me out because I can't do anything by telling me how upset and how upset you're getting because you don't know what to do.
right.
Yeah, no, I feel you. A joint
And
is
and then
definitely
and then
frustrating.
and then oh, sorry, the other thing that was said is, like, I think Michael was like, "What's happened or what's wrong?" And they had said, "Oh, she's upset that Asia's on the phone." And while I know that that person didn't mean anything bad by it,
Hmm.
and that's probably not even what she meant, that, like, Autumn's upset that I'm on the phone, she probably just meant that, like, she's upset that I'm not there. But
Hmm.
those words were like, "She's upset to talk to me?" Like, what do you mean?
That's
Like,
funny. Yeah.
you're truly making this whole situation worse. She's upset that Asia's on the phone. No, she's not, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
I
why would
I
you
I
say that?
I do get those words because I'd be like, because I feel like there's been times in which like my wife will call and my son or my daughter at one point maybe when she was younger she'd like be upset when she hears her voice. I'm like, all right, well I gotta let you go because I'm trying to get off because she hears her voice and like getting upset. So I'm like, all right, I gotta
Mhm.
let you go. It's not like I know you get it. It's not like
Yeah.
they're upset because we're talking, but just because they're like missing you. And it's like, all right, I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
go because I need them to like forget about you for a few minutes and get
Right.
back to everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I definitely understood the sentiment, but it's like,
yeah.
that like, I'm
It
already
hits you though.
feeling bad now. Like, I'm
Yeah,
she's crying, and I'm feeling bad. Like, I'm going through my own emotions and like, "Oh, she's just upset. She's on the phone. What?
yeah.
Hello? I'm still here. I'm still actually on the phone."
That's funny. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, so I've traveled a couple. So since I've had both of my kids, I've traveled twice without them, and that was like in the last few months. Neither reason has really been for a good reason, but I have enjoyed my travel time, and it's been like over. It's been like super quick, so it's been like overnight type thing. So it's been like
Mm,
I don't know, a couple days or something like that.
okay.
But I'll tell you what, traveling is so much easier when you don't have like a kid with you,
Mm.
especially like a little kid. So, you know what I'm saying? I definitely enjoy my airport time. I enjoy sitting there in peace and quiet, going
Wh
on my tablet.
what are some things that you do to entertain the kids? Like, so have you traveled in the airport with both your kids so far, like, yet?
No, I've traveled with my daughter a few times. My
Okay.
wife has traveled with my son when he was like 3 months, 3 or 4 months,
Okay, so he's
by
probably
herself.
sleeping at that point, like, 3 you're still sleeping for a little while, or can
Um,
just drink milk and be okay?
I think it depends on the kid.
Mm,
Um,
mhm.
yeah, it kind of depends on the kid because obviously when you go up, your ears pop. Kids don't
That's
like that.
true. Mhm.
So it's kind they're uncomfortable. It's kind of hard for them to sleep necessarily.
Mhm.
When we traveled with my daughter, we went to a couple places. We went to like Texas and Disney and stuff like that.
Okay.
She was probably like 1.5, and she was cool. She did great. We gave her some Tylenol, and she passed out, and her ears weren't bothering her and stuff.
So
But
y'all just drugged her up.
you know what I'm saying? Hey, gotta do it.
Calling DCF. That's like,
But she was cool though. That was pretty good.
go
But
in and out.
eh?
The sound, the go in and out. Might as well both do it. We're gonna have to figure this out because this is not sustainable. This is really annoying.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Um, but yeah, so it's kind of two sides to when I travel alone. So, like I said, I do like the process of traveling alone. Like it's way simpler than having a kid or two with you.
Mhm.
But obviously, I miss my family a lot. The second time was much easier because I felt like my wife had a much better handle on like getting things situated and getting through a routine and all that stuff. And they say they miss me, but I feel like they low key don't. They do, but like they do, but I feel like they don't because my daughter
They still
doesn't
have
have to
fun.
like. Yeah, they still definitely have like different types of fun.
Mhm.
So they say they miss me, but I think they kind of do, kind of don't.
Mhm.
Um, and then yeah, I enjoy the process of traveling alone. I like having a drink by myself, like eating a meal by
Mhm.
myself.
I
Um,
know Autumn. Oh, she always wanted us to share everything.
yeah.
No, girl, this is mine. Literally, moments I'm like, "This is mine. That's yours." Like, let me eat my food in peace, especially if it was like a good dessert, something
Yeah.
like tiny and small. No, 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 no. This is for me.
So do you have those this is mine, this is for me type of moments where you actually will not give her anything?
Yeah, sometimes with desserts. I will try to find her something else, whether it's Cheerios or some crackers.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, "This I need to enjoy this little piece of sweetness for me, and you don't even need the sugar, honestly, like, stay
Facts.
away."
Facts. No, I always rationalize it like, look, like Anaya will say is like, I don't know, 45 pounds or something.
Mhm,
Ballpark. So I'll be like, look, you had something sweet earlier today. If you what's the word?
mhm.
Rationalize or whatever it
Or
is.
what's your sentence?
Ration in comparison to my body
Uh-huh.
weight and stuff like that, you don't
Okay.
need this anymore. I can have this because I weigh more. So from a percentage standpoint, I can
Wait,
take more sugar.
are you talking to her like that? Are those the words that you say?
Yes.
Okay,
Because she understands them. Because
okay.
the thing that's pretty dope is that she'll sit there and ask me what's rationalize mean,
Mhm,
what's percentage mean, and then she'll
mhm.
use it the next day or over the next couple of days in
That's
the sentence
good.
correctly. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah,
So yeah, so I tell her like based on my weight, you know what I'm saying, I can eat
yeah.
X amount of times more than you of these things.
Mhm.
But no, I think that's good that you kind of are starting to create boundaries because I think that's important. Otherwise, because every time you eat, they think they got to eat whatever you eat.
She does, she
Yeah,
does, she
yeah.
does, but I do try to get her to, like, not ask from other people. That's one thing I've always tried to do, like, early on. Don't First of all, why do other people want to share their food with kids?
I have no idea. I don't know why people do that. Like I
I'm
remember,
over here like, "No, no, thanks. Don't give it
yeah.
to her, please." Like, why would you put your food in someone else's kid's mouth?
Why? Especially if you touch it with your hands. If you giving them French fries or something, I'd be like, no, 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 no. Like I feel like people put you in a bad position when you do that
Right?
because now I got to come off like a jerk or rude or something.
Right.
And obviously that's not what we mean, but come on, you got to have some type of decorum too.
Yeah, like, it's really weird. I don't think
Yeah,
I've ever offered food to anyone else's kid. It's like, first of all, it's
yeah,
my food, but second
yeah.
of all, like, I don't like I don't know what your parents would say. Like, I always
Mhm.
ask, like, "Is it okay?" Like, I don't wanna just give
Yeah,
you things I don't know what you're allergic to. I'm not trying to be held accountable for anything. So, for other
yeah.
people to think, "What do you think is cute?" It's really
Hmm.
strange.
Yeah,
And
you
I
know.
have to tell Autumn, like, "Nah, stranger danger." Like, even if you're not a stranger, like, don't get used to people just like, "Here you go, kid.
Yeah, yeah,
No
yeah.
thanks. No thanks. I don't need it." Like, if you need for anything, we will get it for you.
Yeah, that's a fact. Now, to play like advocate for other people, I feel as though obviously they don't mean anything by it. It's
Oh, of course not. Yeah.
just not like a conscious thought to them of like, maybe I shouldn't do that. For me,
Mhm.
it's just like I think for us, we just don't ever think to give somebody else something, especially if our hands been on it and everything like that.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna work.
Mm-mm.
That's not it.
Yeah. So, like, on the topic of traveling without your kids, have you ever felt guilty about doing such a thing, like just being without them for a couple of days? Look at
No.
that face. That's a no.
No. No, not at all. Um, no. I feel like if you're a good parent, you don't have to feel guilty for doing things
Mhm.
by yourself, you know?
Mhm.
You give your kids your all when you're with them. And which is going to be most of the time. So if you have to go away for a couple days or a week, whatever it is, you shouldn't feel guilty about that at all. And
Yeah.
on top of that, holistically it makes you a better parent, a better person because you're handling your own individual needs. Like for
Mhm.
example, you went on your kind of like retreat vacation type of thing,
Right.
which you were working crazy hours, so you needed
Mhm.
something, and getting time, even if you feel as though you don't need it. I think it's still important that everyone does get their own time to themselves and some type of respect, you know.
I agree. I
um
agree. And I think it's healthy overall for the whole family dynamic.
Mhm.
that everyone kind of just has their own mean time. Even when actually even now as Autumn is entering daycare, right? Sorry, that's the other thing that happened this past week. She started daycare for the first time. It's actually like a school. They have an actual curriculum. Like my kid's
Wow.
gonna be smart, you know what I'm saying? She already
Wow.
smart. But
How old is she?
18 months.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's what's
so
up.
I know, right? I'm proud of her. She's
Do you
cool.
think?
Sound. Oh my gosh. Dang, now I lost my train of thought.
Uh-oh. I
Oh,
still
but
hear
no,
you.
even now. So
Uh-oh.
like I think it's
Uh-oh. Oh,
great.
hold on. Do it
Oh,
again.
I'm still not good.
Try it again. Let me hear you. Let me hear you.
Okay. How
All right,
about
you good.
now?
You good. You good. You good.
Okay. So I was actually saying that even though Autumn's only 18 months, I still think it's important for her to have some type of me time,
Mm,
moments without us being there. So I think that this daycare school thing is really great for her
for sure.
to be around other kids. And even like they send us pictures and we can see that she'll have her own independent time. Like she's okay with playing by herself and figuring things out. And I think that's important for development as well. And just understanding that even though we're not there at that moment, like we will always be there. So like even though we dropped you off right now, you don't see us for a few hours, you know that we're going to come back. So
Right.
you don't have to feel so attached to us where you will never leave our side and do things that you're interested in.
Yeah. No, that's a fact. One thing I noticed about like kids that start daycare early too is that they definitely have like more of a sense of independence earlier. And like just doing things and trying things like by themselves
Mhm.
much earlier. I feel like a level of like confidence to just do things because they have to do these things without their parents on a regular basis anyway. So that's pretty dope that that's pretty dope that she's in a daycare and she has a curriculum. That's pretty
Mm,
fire. um
yeah.
yeah, that's what's up. Cool, man.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I got some things that I kind of want to like I want to try a couple on you today. How's
What are
that
some
sound? You know what I'm
things?
saying? It's a couple I got a couple dad jokes that I'm interested in just trying out for the
Wait, you have a
fans.
couple?
You know what I'm saying? Just a
Okay,
couple.
wait, before we go there, are we done with our topic as it stands? You feel like it's fully fleshed out? We answered everything?
You tell me. We don't have any
Yeah.
questions in there? Any
Do
questions?
you
No, we don't have
guys
any
have
questions.
any questions for anyone who's watching? Do you have any, tips for leaving your kids for the first time or your
Or any favorite
experiences?
airlines or anything like that? What is your favorite airline, by the way, so
Favorite
far?
airline?
Yeah.
The cheapest, except for Spirit.
I'm about to
I
say
ain't
you better
messing with
chill.
Spirit. I know.
You better chill.
I'm not messing with Spirit. But the best deal, um, I mean, literally, I just choose whatever makes the most sense for timing. Hopefully, I can get a direct flight. Like this one, since my job paid for it, it was really like, can we get a direct flight? No. Okay, what is the next best flight as far as in terms of layover time and overall flight time? So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I go by.
So what was it?
This was Delta.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, Delta's cool. Delta is good. Um, I like JetBlue, I think. Like if I could pick, I think I would pick
I do like
JetBlue.
JetBlue,
Yeah, they were
but
cool.
I
But
think they only do the East Coast, right?
they have a lot less like places to pick up and stuff for sure. Maybe they only do the East Coast. I don't know if I noticed that.
And maybe some islands, perhaps.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know they do at least a couple islands, but yeah, but Delta's dope though. Delta's good. American Airlines was cool. Then I went on Delta and I said, "Wow, this is better."
okay.
Um, so that's it. Which
Pause.
pause? What?
Michael has a question. I'm interrupting you for the listeners.
Okay, so you want to read it?
I will read it. Mike Greer at 9:42 p.m. asks, "Do you get bored more easily without your kid? Like because there are less things to manage or think about?" That's actually a good question.
Hmm.
I don't know if I was bored, like, so this past trip, I don't know if I was bored or just I more so felt like, "What do I do with myself now?" Right? It's just even actually, Michael, like, since Autumn is I think we both had this. Michael's my husband for anyone who's listening. So, Autumn's first day of daycare was Monday, right? And we both had moments during the day where we were like, I don't know what to do. Like he works in the basement. I work in the room. Like our desks is separate because we
Yeah,
both talk on the phone and stuff. So like we both like met each other at some point in the day and was like, what do we do now? I wonder what she's doing. Like, can they send updates? Like, please send the pictures.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it's more of a sense like, is this free time? Is this what peace sounds like? This
This what
is
free
very
time's
different.
like.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I feel you. I think we were like that when Anaya first started going to like pre-K. Um, but after that, after a while, it was all good.
Mhm.
So like when I'm by myself or without the kids now, it's easy. It's like I don't get bored. I just figure out stuff to do. I mean, it's easy. It's definitely like not any boredom. I just do things that I probably wouldn't have time to do necessarily. Um, or I get more time to like think about things that I'm planning.
Mm,
And stuff like that. But no, I definitely don't
yeah.
get bored.
I think it's interesting because I was talking to another mom at work today. I went into the office and we are just catching up on our kids. She recently had her second child. And so we are talking about daycare and stuff and just being a working parent, blah, blah, blah. And I think I made a comment that like with Autumn being in daycare and not around, it's almost as if you start to remember what life was like before you had a kid. Like
Mm.
definitely still she's there. I know I have a kid. I'm gonna have to pick her up. But it's like I used to just go off on a whim, like just be out there. Now I have to be like, all right, kid, get your shoes on, give me
Yeah.
a coat, like let's go.
Yeah.
And, and when she's out here, I'm just like, I guess I just have to put on my own shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, sound, gosh.
Yeah, no, that joint is surreal because yeah, I talked to Amy about that sometime. I'm like, it's crazy how before we used to be able to just like walk out the house and go some
Mm,
like you didn't have to look for nothing. You could literally just be like, all right, I'm going here and just leave. Like I can't imagine it. And I'll be talking to my sister. I'm like, yo, what? I'll be like, what did we do? Like we had so much free time. Like, what did we
right?
do? I was like, what in the world did we do? And like if I could go back,
Waste it.
I would have accomplished I would have accomplished so much more because I feel like you become way more efficient and effective after you have kids because you only have a limited
Mm,
amount of time. So I'm like, bruh, if I knew all the time like that I had available before kids, I would have accomplished like a lot more.
actually, to that point, I am an OD procrastinator. I work well under pressure, and honestly, I've been late my whole life to everything. Like school, I missed out being on like an honor roll for one quarter or semester in high school because I was late so much and got detention for it.
Sheesh.
But I was like, I argued with the principal and everything. I was like, my grades are good. How dare you not put me on
How
the honor
dare
roll?
you?
Like, how dare I not be in the National Honor Society? I was like so upset. She's like, well,
Wow.
Asia, you're always late. But like, whatever. So anyway, that's just to say that I'm always late, right? But this morning, um, Michael started his new job, so he has to go to mass a couple of days a week. And so he was out there so that I had Autumn and I had to like get her dressed and do breakfast, start which things Michael always does. And
Mhm.
while I'm just taking my time. But now I can't take my time. And I'm like running up and down the stairs. I'm trying to put on my makeup. I'm frying the egg. I'm like I'm also trying to eat. I'm trying to feed her. She's running around after me. I'm playing music so she's okay. Like there's just so much going on. And then
Yeah,
I was trying to get myself out the door to go into the office too. And at some point I was like, I just can't finish getting dressed. I need to drop her off because they
yeah,
say that drop off's no later than 9:15. So I was like, I just have to get her out the house.
yeah,
So I got her out and came back, finished getting dressed, and then I went back. But I was like, dang,
yeah.
am I really gonna have to get up earlier? Because that's not the wave.
That is funny. Yeah, no, I'm super good when it comes to like time efficiency. Generally,
Mhm.
like when it comes to the kids and stuff, I'm really, really good with like putting things in blocks and making sure I have this time for this time for this time for this to make sure everything lines up. Um, but no, that's funny though. Well, good for you. I'm glad you're able to do it though. I knew you could.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
I
proud of you.
never doubted myself. I'm amazing, first of all.
Keep telling
Yeah,
yourself. Keep telling yourself that.
you know this.
I do.
All
All
right,
right.
let's go into your multiple dad jokes.
So I'm gonna try a couple on you, just because I'm not sure how you might get one or two, but I'm gonna try a couple. All right. So going into dad joke number one. Why are bakers so rich?
Baked by the dozen, rich, chocolate. Um, why are bakers so rich, wealthy in chocolate? Something with chocolate. Like chocolate is rich, right? Like dark chocolate, but so hold on, me Jake and I are like tag teaming it. They have a lot of dough.
And this is why I'm doing multiple, because that was correct.
Michael got it. Yeah, you know, you gotta watch out for Yo.
Michael.
You know he be knowing these dad jokes.
Oh crap, he did say that. I didn't realize he just said that in there.
Michael
he's good.
said
He got it. Sheesh, that was good, man. I gotta bring him on like a game show. All right. So we got this. All right, so let's try this. Let's try this one, smart guy. Let's try this
Okay.
one.
Okay, wait, Michael. If you know, let me try to guess first. I'll tell you when you could go. Oh, Tina also got it. So much stuff.
He said. She actually said the same exact time he did. 9:48.
Oh yeah.
All right. So why are bakers? Oh, that's the same thing. And I'm be surprised when you guys get it again. Like, how'd you guys know that? All right. So, what language do people in the middle of the earth speak?
Middle, equator. But all right, language. Middle. English. Middle. Border line. Ask the question one more time. Sorry.
What language do people in the middle of the earth speak?
Middle of the earth. Man. Damn, middle. In between. All right. Tina, Michael, anyone else who's on? Do you guys have a guess? We gotta wait because it seems like it comes through a little slow. So
yeah, we'll give it to 15 seconds.
All right. In the meantime, okay. What language? What language do people? What language do people in the middle of the earth speak? Equator, middle line.
All right, nobody got it. All
Okay.
right, let's go with it. Korean, because it's the core center of the earth. Korean, and then Korean is a language.
Oh, Tina
so it's
got
like
it.
core.
Tina
Oh
got
crap!
it.
What the hell, dude? She's so full of it.
Tina did not look that up.
One more. We're gonna do one more. This is nonsense.
Hold on, your sound, Anthony.
Yours too.
Okay. All right.
It's so trash. All right, here we
go. Korean. That's not a good one though. That's not a good one.
Core.
Korean. I know, but like Korean.
All right. Here we go. I got one. All right. Here we
go.
What kind of doctor is Dr. Pepper? I'm gonna give you out till 15 seconds.
Wait, 15 seconds. What kind of doctor is Dr. Pepper? A pop. Pop and lock. Soda pop.
Pop and lock.
Pop and lock. What kind of
Yes, Tina, you got the last one. Cheating self. I'm just kidding. I don't think you cheated.
What kind of doctor is Dr. Pepper?
Yes.
Dr. Pepper is a soda. Or salt shaker like black pepper? What kind of doctor or the soda? What kind of doctor is Dr. Pepper?
There's no details of this joke. So.
Soda. Man.
It's a soda.
It's a soda. It's a pop. Some people call it a pop.
9, 8, 7.
What kind of pediatrician?
6,
what kind of doctors are there?
5,
gynecologist.
4, 3, gynecologist. 2, 1, a physician. Physician.
I got it.
I did not such thing. I know you didn't cheat, Tina. I know you didn't cheat. So that's why I had to do a couple because Mike's your husband. He be getting them. I didn't expect Tina to get that one.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper is disgusting.
Dr. Pepper. I actually don't mind it. I didn't like it when I was a kid, but that's not
Dr. Pepper like root beer, right? Root beer flavor? No? Oh. No?
Jake, you had it?
Jake says no. I don't like it either. He doesn't like it either, though.
I gotta be in the mood for it. It kind of tastes like, I think the closest thing I can think is like vanilla Coke. That's probably the closest thing. You don't mess with it, or you don't have it?
I don't. I don't drink soda because it breaks me out. But when I used to, it was like solely Sprite. Sprite was my thing.
Oh, it's 2002 now. Got it. Cool.
Oh, this Dr. Pepper, stop. Whoa, yeah, Michael made the yuck face.
Yeah, nah, Dr. Pepper isn't my drink of choice. I will have one like, I don't know, like once a year just to out of nostalgia.
Wait,
and
so
I
that
haven't
was your
had
thing as
Sprite.
a kid?
Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
Not really, but I have had it when I was a kid.
Mm.
But Sprite, I haven't had Sprite in forever. You like Pepsi?
I never cared for the Cokes and the dark soda, but I literally just stay with Sprite.
Orange
The
soda, that's
dark
right, Mike.
sodas. No.
That's right, orange
Orange
soda.
soda?
Yes.
Who loves
Yes.
orange soda?
Kel loves orange soda.
I do,
Is it
I
true?
Do. Yeah. I do,
No,
I do.
orange soda's at work. That's right, Mike. Yeah, that's my favorite, orange soda. I don't even care by who, to be honest. It's orange soda.
Really? I was like,
yeah.
I also like ginger ale. I guess I'm just a plain Jane.
Ginger ale's good if you're into like regular corny soda.
Ginger ale was curing people. First of all, you know that.
That's true. All right, so that's that.
Or maybe you don't. But okay, yes,
I do now. I mean, cured stomach aches and shit, I guess, right? Or no?
It doesn't really.
Was it a remedy
it's
back
a whole
in the
bunch
day?
of sugar. It's what a lot of Black people think is a remedy.
Yeah, that's that Vicks and Pepto and
yeah. Actually, I just asked. That's why I was gonna ask Jake to get me some Vicks before he came.
That shit cures everything. Cure COVID.
It's tea.
You said what?
All right, it's some tea.
Yeah.
All right, so that was Yes, That's My Kid podcast. Do we have any wrap up messages? Yeah, so we talked about traveling without our kids, with and without our kids, because Anthony has done so. I haven't actually traveled with Autumn yet. We're hoping to go to Disney World soon, and I'm trying to get her, as a lap ticket, so I don't have to pay. I'm trying to like make this affordable.
For sure.
But yeah, so I think that I don't know if anyone's out there feeling guilty for traveling without their kids, but I don't think you should, and clearly Anthony doesn't think so either. I
Embrace it.
Agree. Yeah, we both agree that you need your time. Vicks is definitely life, right?
Yes, it is. That is life preserving, life saving.
Yes.
That works. That heals everything.
Yes, I need some now. So yeah, thank you for listening.
Yep.
And I don't know. Do you have anything else to say, Anthony?
No, I mean, you basically summed it up. Don't feel guilty about traveling without your kids. You are with them all the time, and you'll be back with them soon enough. And embrace the time by yourself. Everybody needs it, and yeah, there's nothing the matter with it. So that's Just My Kid. That's My Kid's podcast, and that's our thoughts on it.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Facts, all that. Sorry for the sound stuff too.
This is too much.
Like you about to start dancing and shit.
And I was like, I like.
You looked at him,
right? I was like, it's looking wild over here,
right? All right, appreciate y'all.
All right,
peace.